Miscellaneous utilities. Learning objectives. In this chapter, the user would learn the following in detail. WinZip, instructions for installing and using pkzip, compression, what is defragmentation, lost files and recovery, why to format a disk, how to partition hard disk drive using disk utilities, setting date and time, antivirus package, burning music to an audio CD.
WinZip. Let's move on to WinZip. WinZip is a program. It enables to encrypt and password protect your data extract file. It is needed due to security protocol. All data extracts are submitted here. They are zipped and password protected. Go to www.winzip.com. Click on Download button and choose WinZip 11.1 from the drop-down menu. Choose either the trial version or the $29.95 version. Click Buy WinZip now. Please note that the option for Get WinZip Free allows users to download WinZip. It will happen only if the user also downloads other software, some of which are fee-based. A file download box will appear. Click Save. Save the WinZip application to your desktop or other convenient location. Click Save. Navigate to WinZip file saved to your desktop. Double-click on the file. A setup box will appear. Click on Setup button. Follow the instructions to set up WinZip. Click Next. If you accept the license agreement, click I accept the license agreement and then click Next. Click Next. Leave all 4 rows checked and click Next. Click Next. Click Start with WinZip Classic and then click Next. Leave Express Setup checked and click Next. Click Next. Click Finish. Navigate to the folder that contains the file. Right-click in Open Space folder, New, WinZip file. Name the new WinZip file. Drag the file database onto the WinZip file. An Add dialog box will open. Click Password. A password dialog box will open. Set password and click OK. Re-enter your password and click OK. Click Add to close the dialog box and add the file. Try to extract or open the Excel file. It should now require a password to do either. Please do not send the zipped data extract file via email without password protection. If you are still unclear about the password protection procedure, navigate to the folder that contains the file. Right-click in Open Space in folder, go to New File, WinZip file. Name the new WinZip file. Drag the file, data extract, onto the WinZip file. An Add dialog box will open. Follow the instructions for setting a password. Please use 256-bit AES encryption if it is an option. Click Add to close the dialog box and add the file. Click OK to close the dialog box and add the file. Try to extract or open the file. It should now require a password to do either. pkzip. Instructions for installing pkzip. Welcome to the session on miscellaneous utilities. We will study about installing and using pkzip. pkzip is a shareware program obtained from www.pkware.com. It is the best known and most widely used compression program. It is a very stable and reliable program. It will compress files by 50% or more in many cases for faster file transfers. It will restore files to their original form. It compresses a folder. All of the folders, subfolders, and files are compressed into a single file. This makes it easy to transfer a lot of files in a single email attachment. It will restore a compressed collection of folder. Then the files with their original paths are also stored. Click File, New. The Save As window opens. This is where you will save your compressed file. Next, we assume that you have C:/GIS tutorial as a folder on computer. Click the drop list arrow in the Save In field. Click C. Navigate to the folder GIS Tutorial Answers Assignment folder. Key in the name your name homework1.zip and make sure that you save as zip file *zip. Click the Save button. Double-click the C icon in the Directories panel. Highlight C/GIS tutorial/answers/assignment1 as the directory. Click the Add Directory button. This will add all files for this homework directory. Click the Preferences button. Click the following radio buttons. Compression Normal. Click OK. Click OK again. Click the Done button when pkzip is finished. You should see a screen similar to the following. Click the pkzip file with your name. Click Open. The directory of all compressed files in the .zip opens. You can restore all or selected files. You can restore all with the original paths for folders and files. Click Extract. Extract file. Change the extract location to C. pkzip has stored the path with your compressed file so that you only need to direct pkzip to C and not to CGIS tutorial. Click the Preferences button. Make sure that the Create Directory checkbox is clicked on. Click OK. Click Extract. The original files are restored to C:/GIS tutorial answers assignment. Close pkzip. Use My Computer to create a new folder. Example, C:/pkzip270 to install pkzip 2.70. Launch your web browser and go to the site www.pkware.com. Click the Download Shareware link. Click the pkzip 2.70 for Win32 link. pkzip 2.70 for Windows 32-bit version. Click Download pkzip 2.7 for Windows. Navigate to C:/pkzip270 in the Save As window and click OK. Save the file name as pk270wsp.exe. After downloading is completed, close your browser. Navigate to C:/pkzip270 and double-click the file pk270wsp.exe, blue icon to install pkzip. Drag the blue pkzip icon to your desktop to create a shortcut to pkzip. Concept of compression. Compression is the reduction in size of data in order to save space or transmission time. For data transmission, compression can be performed on just the data content or on the entire transmission unit, including header data, depending on a number of factors. Content compression can be as simple as removing all extra space characters, inserting a single repeat character to indicate a string of repeated characters, and substituting smaller bit strings for frequently occurring characters. This kind of compression can reduce a text file to 50% of its original size. Graphic image file formats are usually designed to compress information as much as possible, since these can tend to become very large files. Graphic image compression can be either lossy. Some information is permanently lost, but all information can be restored. When you send or receive information on the internet, larger text files, either singly or with others as part of an archive file, may be transmitted in a zip, gzip, or other compressed formats. WinZip is a popular Windows program. It compresses files when it packages them in an archive. Method 1. Right-click the desired file or files. To select multiple files, hold down the Control key while clicking. Method 2. Go to Send to and select the compressed zipped folder. The file should begin to compress automatically. Method 3. Locate the compressed file in the same folder as the original. It should have the same name as the original, though you can rename it if desired. Compression algorithms can be crudely divided into 4 groups: block-to-block codes, block-to-variable codes, variable-to-block codes, variable-to-variable codes. Best file compression tools: 7-zip, Windows and for Linux, free; IZArc for Windows and freeware; WinRAR, Windows shareware. Defragmenting hard disk using defrag. What is defragmentation? When you create and delete files and applications on your computer, the hard drive will become fragmented. Data is split into chunks. It is stored in different areas of the hard disk. It frees up disk space and also speeds up your computer. Step 1. Open Disk Fragmenter. Click on the Start button. Type Disk Fragmenter into the search field. Select Disk Defragmenter from the list. Step 2. Analyze Disk. This is the home screen for the Disk Defragmenter program. It displays all of the hard disks and devices that can be defragmented. To see if a hard disk needs defragmented, click on it. Then select Analyze Disk. This takes a look at your hard drive and sees if you need to defragment. Thumb rule is 5% fragmentation or greater. You need to defragment immediately. Step 3. Defragment. If you want to defragment a fragmented hard drive, please follow the given steps. Select the hard drive and then click on Defragment Disk. Step 4. Wait for defragmentation process. A defrag typically takes between 1 hour to 1 day and depends on speed of your computer's hard drive and percentage of fragmentation. First, it will analyze the disk. Then, it will start to relocate data on the disk to increase performance. There will be multiple passes. After it relocates the data, the defragmentation is complete. Steps for partitioning a hard disk using fdisk. If you are in Windows, open a DOS window. From the C: prompt, type fdisk and press enter. If you are changing the partitions on an existing disk, choose option 4 from the fdisk menu to display existing partition information. If all the space on the drive is already partitioned, you will need to use fdisk menu option to remove existing partitions before creating new ones. For a new drive from which you will boot your PC, you must first create a primary DOS partition. If you want to have only one partition on the drive, type Y when prompted to make one large partition. If making multiple partitions, type N if you have selected N in the previous step. To create an extended non-bootable DOS partition, choose option 1 from the main fdisk menu. Press enter to use all remaining available space for the partition. Create logical drives on the extended partition by entering the desired sizes in GB or % of disk space. Continue until all available space is assigned to logical drives. If you are booting from this disk, choose option 2 from the fdisk menu and enter 1 to make the primary DOS partition active. Press the escape key to exit fdisk. For running from Windows 9X, you must manually reboot your PC at this point. You must format all partitions before they can be used. Let us see how to use Norton Utilities software for defragmentation. Norton Utilities Optimize. The registry cleaner looks for erroneous and useless items in a baker's dozens of categories. If you are a registry expert, you can review the results and decide which to implement, but most users will just click repair. It is conceivable that registry cleanup might itself cause a problem. If that happens, you can reverse the latest cleanup. Unnecessary services running in the background can slow down your system. If that happens, you can reverse the latest cleanup. Configure the system to use a recommended set of services for normal operation or a minimal set of maximum performance. The Startup Manager doesn't offer predefined profiles. It's up to the user to decide whether to disable some of the programs that launch at startup. Besides cleaning out erroneous or useless registry data, schedule your system defragment time. Disable screensaver. Right-click on the desktop. Windows will appear. Click on Properties. Click the Screensaver tab. Find Screensaver drop-down window and scroll. Click on None. Click OK. Disk Defragmenter. Files are saved in no specific order. They are fragmented. To defragment, we are organizing the hard drive. First, we have cleaned the hard drive. Now, we are organizing it. Click Start. Click All Programs. Scroll to Accessories and click on Accessories. Scroll to System Tools and click on System Tools. Scroll down and click on Defragmenter. Benefits. There are various reasons for defragmenting the hard drive. Biggest advantage is speed. Loading time will be lesser. One can experience the speed and less loading time after performing defragmenting. Your files are not scattered as they are stored in one place. They load faster and your whole system speeds up. Your computer can sort and locate files much easier. This process also clears up all unused space. It gives you more available space for storing files. It is especially important to defrag your computer before you download. It gets install any large files or applications onto your computer. This helps to protect your hard drive. The newly installed piece of hardware is also protected. File recovery. File recovery is the process of rebuilding or recovering lost files from a disk or hard drive that is no longer operational or has been damaged from unnatural causes. Recovery may be required due to physical damage to the storage device or logical damage to the file system that prevents it from being mounted by the host operating system. The most common data recovery scenario involves an operating system failure, accidental damage, etc. How to recover deleted files? The steps to recover deleted files are given here. To recover deleted files, try these solutions in the same order. Check the recycle bin. Windows stores deleted files here as a safety measure. You will find the icon in the upper left corner of your screen. If you find the files there, select them. Then right-click them and choose Restore. Use your backup. If you back up your hard drive or at least your libraries on a regular basis, your files are probably preserved there. Try file recovery software. Even a file that's no longer in the recycle bin may still exist. Windows doesn't override the actual ones and zeros until another file needs the drive space. There are several good file recovery programs available. It is easy to use and has a very good track record, and it sometimes shows you the images that it can recover. How to recover lost data using a Pandora recovery. Step 1. Launch the software and choose a module according to the reason for data loss. Deletion, format, partition loss. Deleted file recovery is for deletion recovery. Complete recovery is for format recovery. And partition recovery is for JPG, JPEG, PNG recovery when partition is lost or corrupt. Step 2. Choose the volume where there were lost data and click next to Start Searching, and then you will see a list of volumes where data loss possibly happens. After that, Data Recovery Wizard will allow you to choose 6 volumes at best to recover. Then press Next button. It will launch the built-in directory procedure to search the files. You will see file or folder tree very soon. Step 3. Choose and preview the lost data that you want to recover and press the Next button. Then select a directory and press the Next button to save the recovered data. Disks used for permanent storage of data and programs. Distributing data from one computer to another. Making copies. Why format a disk? Formatting, initializing the disk. Process of preparing disk so that it is compatible with an operating system. Hard disks must be partitioned, formatted with file system. Partition terms. Primary partition, partition table, volume, active partition, extended partition. Dual booting system. Create partition for each operating system. Only one operating system active at a time. Each operating system formats disks in its own way. Precautions in running multiple operating systems. File system. Organizational scheme of operating system. Operating system is what makes one computer compatible with another. Windows XP Professional supports 4 file system: NTFS, 3 FAT file systems, FAT12, FAT16, FAT32. Types of disk storage configuration: basic disks, dynamic disks. 2 parts of formatting a disk: low level physical formatting, high level logical formatting. Low level formatting sequentially numbers tracks and sectors, identifies each track and sector. Disk is physically prepared to hold data. High level formatting determines how operating system uses a disk. Builds structure to keep track of location of files. It is done so files can be stored and retrieved.
Formatting. Floppy disk. Always FAT file system. Hard disk. Can convert FAT to FAT32 or NTFS. Cannot convert FAT32 or NTFS to FAT.
Let us see how to partition hard disk drive using disk utilities in Mac. Enter the boot menu by holding down the Option key during startup. Insert Mac installation disk or a USB with Operating System X installation files. Select the Mac Operating System X USB drive or DVD. When the USB or DVD loads, select Disk Utility. On the left, select the hard drive you would like to partition. After selecting the hard drive, select Partition located on the right. Delete any existing partitions. Highlight the partition or partitions and select this sign to delete partition. Click on Current to choose the number of partitions. A minimum of 2 partitions must be selected. Select Untitled 1. Under Partition Information, Name, Name of choice. Format, Mac Operating System Extended, Journaled. Size, Size of choice. Select Untitled 2. Under Partition Information, Name of choice. Format, Mac OS Extended, Journals. Size of choice. Select Apply. Click on the Apple icon at the top. Click on Restart. Setting the date and time in Windows 8. If you want to customize your time further, we suggest changing the steps from the Windows desktop. From the Start menu charms, click Settings or press Windows key +1. In the desktop settings, click More PC Settings. In PC Settings, click General. Setting the date and time in Windows 7. Click on the date and time in the notification area. This is commonly bottom right hand corner of the screen. In the window that appears, click Change the date and time settings. Enter the CMOS setup. In the main or system setup screen, you should be able to see the date and time. Using your arrow keys, navigate to the date and change the date. Once highlighted on the month, day or year, press your arrow keys or your page up or page down keys to change the date. Setting the date in Linux. Use the date command to set the date and time. See the date command page for further information and examples of how to do this. Setting the date on the Apple OS. Open the Apple menu. Open the control panels. Open date and time within the date and time window. Now we can set the date, time, time zone and change the network time server. What is antivirus software? Antivirus software is a program or set of programs that are designed to prevent, search for, detect and remove software viruses and other malicious software like worms, trojans, adware and more. If a virus infected a computer without an antivirus program, it may delete files, prevent access to files, send spam, spy on the user, or perform other malicious actions. Examples of antivirus programs: Windows Defender, Norton Antivirus, McAfee, Avast, AVG. The first antivirus programs began appearing in 1987 with the introduction of an antivirus program from G-Data Software for the Atari ST. Later in the same year, VirusScan was introduced by John McAfee, which later became the McAfee antivirus program. Let us see how to install antivirus software in the computer. Steps to be followed. Decide if you want to spend some extra money and pay for your antivirus software or use a free antivirus application. Run the installer for your antivirus application. Once installed, it is a good idea to check for updates if the installer did not do it during the installation. Once everything is set up and updated, it is also a good idea to run a scan and remove any virus that may have been on your computer before the antivirus application was installed. Open antivirus program. After installing an antivirus program on your computer, it should automatically start each time you boot your computer. If the antivirus program is not running in memory in the background, your computer is not fully protected. When running the program, it should show in the Windows notification area. In this example, the picture of AVG is the center icon in the Windows notification area. Right-clicking or double-clicking the antivirus icon opens the program and allows you to manually start a scan or view other available options. How to disable the antivirus program? Locate the Antivirus Protection Program icon on the Windows notification area. Below are some examples of how program icon may look. Here are some icons. Some of the examples of how program icon may look are given here. Once the antivirus icon has been located, right-click the icon and select Disable, Stop or something similar to it. In some cases, you may need to open the Program Control Center and disable it using the Programs menu. Let us see how to burn music to an audio CD. Step 1. Insert a blank CD into the disk drive of your computer. Step 2. On Windows Explorer or Windows Publisher, create a new folder and copy and paste all your MP3s there. Let's call the folder My Burned List and store it for your future reference. Right-click on the folder icon, click Add to Playlist and convert it to WMP playlist format. Step 3. Another icon will have appeared in the folder. Double-click on this and this will launch WMP with your playlist loaded on it. Step 4. Click the large button on the left sidebar that says Copy to Disk or Device. You should be directed to a screen listing all of your songs. Ensure that everything fits so that the process runs smoothly. Step 5. Click Copy, which is indicated with red circular button next to it. It is located on the right of the upper bar above the screen. Step 6. The process has now started. Once it is finished, the disk drive will eject your audio CD and you can exit WMP. How to make a professional quality CD? Gather the files you need to distribute and place them in a folder on your PC. If you are including a lot of files, group them into subfolders. Consider creating a custom icon for your CD. Using the auto-run technology, your CD can display a custom icon in My Computer. Use an icon editor to create an icon or download one from the internet. Save the icon somewhere on your computer. You will need to access it later. Create an auto-run for your CD. An auto-run is a file that tells a computer what to do when a CD is inserted, such as open a document or show a menu. Virtually every commercial CD uses an auto-run, and yours should too. There are several applications that create auto-runs. Burning the CD using your CD read and write drive. You are distributing a lot of CDs. Consider using a professional CD duplication service. There are a lot, and the prices can be cheaper than burning a lot of discs yourself. If you want to use a CD duplication service, first create a master disk yourself and test it thoroughly, because you don't want to make 500 mistakes. If you are burning the disks yourself, you should create a label. CD-RW drives are able to burn a design on the disk itself using special blank media. This results in poor image quality. It's better to use a color label or print directly on the CD with a CD printer. Every office supply store sells CD labels, and it is almost as easy as printing a photograph. And it makes a big difference in the final product. Package your disk. Use special disk mailers. These are shaped disk-sized envelopes that normally have padding to protect the disk. They also reduce shipping cost. Tips. Don't use novelty CD cases or buy rainbow color packs. Stick to either clear, transparent, white or black. It is generally best not to use designer discs or shaped discs. They are more expensive and can be incompatible with some drives. Burning a CD with Nero. Open Nero Smart Start. Select CD or DVD from window at top to match the disk you want to burn. Select Copy and Backup. Second from right at top menu. Select Burn Image to Disk. What recorder? Select which CD burner if you have more than one. What would you like to burn? Some options on this list can be selected, others not. You want to burn disk image or saved object, the last choice. you cannot click it. Instead, find your mydisk.iso file from the file listings at the left. Substitute the name of your .iso file instead of mydisk.iso. Click the .iso file on the file listings. Browse to another directory or desktop if needed. Image recording. Your .iso file should be listed in the file section at the top. Click Burn to start burning the disk. Click Next when the disk is done burning. Simple file CD burning. You can burn a variety of disk images, ISO, etc. Video CDs, VCDs. You have much more control over burn speeds and drive progress monitoring. Some software has CD label features, LightScribe, sticker labels, etc. Ability to save file lists and CD layouts. Visual GUI elements to remind you of disk space available. Much better CD read-write support. Better audio CD support, tags, CD text, MP CDs, etc. How to burn a CD with Roxio. Before you start, put a blank rewritable CD in the CD tray. Double-click on Roxio. Click on Copy tab. Click Copy Disk. Push the orange button in the bottom right corner. When your CD is finished, click Done. Open the CD tray and there's your CD. Nero vs Roxio features. Nero Burning ROM 11. Roxio Creator 2012. Operating systems: Nero, Windows 7, Vista and XP. Roxio, Windows 7, Vista and XP. Free trial. Nero gives free trial, but there are no free trial in Roxio. Overview. Nero Burning. ROM DVD burning software was developed by Nero and costs $50. It requires 2 GHz AMD or Intel processor, CD, DVD or rewritable drive for burning and video authoring, and 0.5 GB. Roxio Creator 2012 DVD burning software was developed by Roxio and cost $100. It requires Intel 1.6 GHz Pentium 4 processor or AMD equivalent, DirectX 9.0C compatible graphics card, 1024x768 and at least 16-bit color setting, DVD-ROM drive and 3 GB. Features of Nero burning: drag and drop burning, security encrypt disk, span oversized files onto multiple disks. Features of Roxio Creator: 3D, audio editing, backup, customized disk menu, media player, photo editing, slideshow photo gallery, supports ISO files, video editing.
Conclusion. In this chapter, we have covered the following aspects of miscellaneous utilities: WinZip, instructions for installing and using pkzip, compression, what is defragmentation, lost files and recovery, why to format a disk, how to partition hard disk drive using disk utilities, setting date and time, antivirus package, burning music to an audio CD.